What is going on, everybody? I made it. Making this video right now on December 31st at 9:56 p.m. Eastern Time. One entire year, 365 days of saving every single drop from Slayer for the entire year of 2024. The only thing outside of Slayer that I did this year was I think I completed 3 raids. I think 2 of them were Chambers of Xeric and 1 Tombs of Amasket throughout the entire year. And the other thing was do some Tormented Demon kills. I tried to get a Tormented Synapse before the year was over to make the Emberlight for all the Skotizo kills that I have to do from the totems that I acquired throughout the year, but unfortunately was not able to acquire one of those, and you will see why in just a few minutes. Before we get into this video, I'd like to remind everyone, or just let you know if you didn't know, that I do have a merch store. It is over on Etsy. Most of the stuff in this merch store is all old school RuneScape related, and it is all handmade by me in my office at home and shipped directly to you. All of this stuff is made by me. There is no outsourcing. If you want to support the channel and what I do, this is how to do it. I've canceled everything else that has to do with monetization. So the only support that I get now is when you guys out there order an item from my shop, I make it and send it to you. That's all I'm going to say about that because I want to get into this video and close this year out. All right, so as usual, we will start out with my unique drops for the month of December. Before we do start that, I want to let you guys know that I will be live streaming starting on Thursday, January 2nd. I will start live streaming, opening all the stuff, the Brimstone Keys, the Clue Caskets, using the Skotizo Dark Totems, get all that stuff done so we can get a proper total at the end of selling everything else. So all that's going to be live stream. But now that we got that out of the way, let's start with the unique drops. So on December 2nd of this month, started out getting an Executioner's Axe Head. This is my second one actually at 461 KC. I also have a Siren Staff in the bank as well. So I think I might as well just go ahead and do some Duke and some Leviathan, see if I can get the other 2 items to finish another Soul Reaper Axe. On December 2nd as well, just a little while after I got this axe head, I pulled a Burning Claw from Tormented Demons. So that one was pretty low KC. Can't remember exactly where it is. I think I'm sitting at around 250 KC there as of this video. So obviously I didn't do enough to hit the drop rate of the Tormented Synapse, but I just didn't have the Tormented Synapse luck because on December 3rd, I got another Burning Claw. So that is Burning Claw number 1 for December 3rd. A little bit later, I got another Burning Claw. And mind you, I was only doing about 25 of these a day when I had the time. So December 3rd, 2 Burning Claws. I didn't get any Burning Claws on December 4th, but on December 5th, I got back-to-back Burning Claws. So 2 right after each other, and I made sure to put another chat window in there to confirm the back-to-back. So yeah, I got 4 Burning Claws within the span of 3 days, and now I have a total of 6 Burning Claws on my collection log, but no Tormented Synapse. So I guess you could say I am pretty lucky, just not the luck that I wanted. And that actually concludes the drops for December. As the month went on, it got busier and busier, especially with the holidays coming up, so I didn't have as much time to play. Plus, from about December 10th onward, I really didn't get many boss tasks. A lot of them were just normal Slayer tasks that I had to go ahead and get done. All right, so we got the unique drops out of the way. Let's go ahead and jump in the loot tracker as we usually do. So once again, this loot tracker here is not everything that I have had as a Slayer task throughout the year. This is the last video, but I will be posting, or rather including in the finishing videos after we sell everything, all of the stuff that I've killed by showing you guys the online loot tracker through RuneLite. You can get to that by going to the RuneLite site and logging in with your account, and then you should see everything in there, providing you have not reset the loot tracker. Some of this stuff does disappear over time if you haven't had it as a Slayer task or killed it in a while, but it will come back with the proper number. If you do kill it again and then restart your RuneLite, you'll see the total there. But yeah, later on in the next video, we'll go ahead and check out the full RuneLite loot tracker. As for now, this is all the stuff that you can see in December as well as previous months or however long that I've been killing it throughout the year. Up at the top, you'll see some not super stupendous tasks up there. Like I said, throughout the rest of the month, it was kind of slow. Bloodfelds, Steel Dragons, Neckrails, Smoke Devils, Mutated Bloodvelds. Dusk is the only boss task that I did have after December 5th. So I finished the year killing 3,798 Grotesque Guardians. Still don't have the Jar of Stone, which I'm pretty salty about. I'm over 5,000 KC now. I'm sorry, I'm over 8,000 KC now for looking for that jar of stone drop. So it's pretty disappointing. Way over the drop rate. I'm actually ranked in the top 100 for KC now, so that's disheartening as well. But 265 mil throughout the year, almost 3,800 grotesque guardian kills. As we get down a little bit farther, we also have some ancient wyverns. Obviously, I kill all those because I'm trying to get that wyvern visage for the collection log as well. Managed to do 1,200 of those throughout the year, 22.4 mil, and 9,326 abyssal demons for 32.5 mil, 16 abyssal whips. Is what I ended up with. Actually, 17, I think it was. I did get one from a superior abyssal demon as well. That would be the greater abyssal demon. As we keep going, is Crystal Impling there on my way to a Slayer task in the Elven dungeon. I saw one of those float around, so I went ahead and got that. Greater Necreals, lots of barraging, 21 mil from those, 3,400. There's my Tormented Demons, 225 kill count, 6 stupid Burning Claws that I did not want at all, but alas, here we are. 61.8 mil from the Phantom Muspa, killed 270 of those throughout the year for Slayer tasks. Vardorvis, 155 of those, 10.8 mil. Alchemical Hydra throughout the year, 6,813 kill count. And I think that is going to be it for the Hydra for me. I have almost 12,000 kills. I have no reason to go back unless I get the Burning Desire to want to just even it out at 12,000 kills for the final kill count. It's a possibility. I might do that. That sounds like something that might be cool. But yeah, 5 Hydra Claws, so almost 2 less than I should have seen by the drop rate, and the Hydra Leather's way low on the drop rate there. Unfortunately, I got more Hydra Tails, 11 of those, than I did over the Hydra Leather. So a little disappointing there. Loot Tracker says 1.07 bill. Dragon Bones have fallen quite a bit from when they were at their peak, around 4,000 GP, so 3,209 each at the moment. At least that's what Runelight is saying. So this could have been a stack worth over 100 mil had I sold them, but you know, do it for the loot tab. So we kept them all throughout the year. As we go down, a little bit more stuff. 1,208 Rune Dragons throughout the year. 40.8 million on that. Also doing the Addy Dragons. Want to get that Dragon Metal Slice again for the collection log. And 1,986 Skeletal Wyverns for 29.4 mil. And there's also some Kriara stuff in there. So that is it for the loot tab for what we can see for December. And now we can move on to the loot. All right, so getting started with the loot, you'll notice a few extra runes in here than the past months. I figured I would just go ahead and put these up at the end of the year rather than doing it every month because the prices are so minuscule, but it will add a little bit of the total into the end. Into this one, I've added the Air, Earth, Fire, Dust, and Smoke runes that I've picked up along the way. A lot of stuff drops Air runes and they add up. A lot of Earth runes from Dust Devils, same with Fire runes, Dust runes, and the Smoke runes from Smoke Devils because I'm already there picking up stuff, so why not? The cash pile, if this is your first episode out of 12 that you're seeing, I started the year off with exactly 45 million GP. So all of this extra cash, the 67 million you see here, is all surplus. This has all come from alchemy throughout the year, all the high alchemies that I've casted on items, as well as cash drops that I've picked up along the way. So this is the surplus of the 45 million that I started with. As for the runes, we've got the Chaos, 302,000 of those, 192,000 death runes, 204,000 bloods, 300. Did I really get 302,000 chaos runes? Good lord. Yep, started out with 10,000 at the start of the year. 302,000, good god. 4,306 wrath runes, 179k astrals, 25k souls, 8,000 laws, 4,900 natures, and then of course the Air, Earth, Fire, Dust, and Smoke runes. As for the potions there, a lot of those ranging pots coming from the Alchemical Hydra. I pick them up if I have the inventory space when I'm done, so 366 of those. 725 Ceridoma brews, most of those coming from the Grotesque Guardians. Again, picking those up when I have the inventory space. Same with the Super Restores, most of those coming from Alchemical Hydra, as well as Ancient Wyverns. 1,129 of those. So let's go ahead and throw this in the price checker and see where we're at. 222,272,248 GP. So all of this stuff not included in the dedicated loot tab because I already had spaces in the bank for this stuff, but not a bad total, adding to the total total, if that's what you want to call it, of what I'm getting along with the loot tab. So 222.2 million GP from all that stuff that you see right there. And now for the final tally of the loot tab. 12 months, 365 days. Where did we end up at? 1.503 billion GP. That's a lot of money. Especially for just doing Slayer all year. You know, Slayer's decent money, but it's never going to bring you anywhere close to the amount of money that you can make from Chambers of Xeric or the Tombs of Amasket, Theater of Blood. You know, the raids, stuff like that. I enjoy Slayer a lot. It's just something to take my mind off things, even though it's just monotonous killing of the same things over and over again. But everybody has what they like. So 365 days of nothing but Konar Slayer, 1,503,453,000 GP, plus the other 222 million that we had from the runes and the potions and the cash and stuff like that. So we're sitting at about 1,725,000,000. So 1.7 bill is all of that stuff. And obviously that doesn't include the 1,229 brimstone keys, the 35 dark totems, and all of those clue caskets you see up there, which we're going to be opening and getting all that stuff together on live stream. Again, starting on January 2nd. So yeah, we got all that stuff to add. My goal for this was 2.2 billion GP, or basically max cash, somewhere around there. Just because there are some items in the game that I don't have yet that I want. So obviously I'm going to use the money to get a lot of that stuff, such as the Nightmare Staff with all the orbs, crossbow, the one from Next that I can't remember the name of right now. So yeah, all of this stuff is going to go towards more items that I want and towards more collection log goals. So 889,000 platinum tokens, which is equal to 889 million GP. Again, the 1,200 brimstone keys, 35 dark totems, ended up with 457 hard caskets and 95 elite caskets. You see the master casket in there because I opened on accident one hard casket throughout the entire year, and it ended up having a master in there. So I went ahead and did that just to get the casket in the bank. As for the herbs, pretty nice stacks. Most of these coming from the Alchemical Hydra, 3,600 Renars, 3,300 Aventos, 6,500 Quarms, 2,200 Snapdragons, 3,800 Lantidimes, 5,000 Catentines, 4,900 Dwarfweeds, 1,400, almost 1,500 Torstals. A lot of the herb seeds also coming from the Hydra, 320 Renars. What else do we have in there? 287 Snapdragons, 196 Torstals, and all of the other miscellaneous seeds that I happen to pick up along the way. As for ores and bars, finished out with almost 87,000 coal, 28,000 gold ore, most of that coming from, if not all coming from, the Grotesque Guardians, 5,900 adamant ores, almost 2,000 runite ores. As for bars, 15,000 mithril bars, 18,000 addy bars, almost 2,000 runite bars as well. A lot of those gems coming from Slayer tasks that I had for Desert Treasure 2 bosses, so that's where a lot of the gems are coming from. 5,425 magic logs, 8,230 battle staffs. That stack is worth 68 million GP there. As we keep scrolling down, some more stuff that I just randomly picked up along the way because why not? We get down into the bones. 25,062 dragon bones is what I ended up with. 77 mil on the estimate there. Some Dagonoth bones and some miscellaneous other bones. Ammunition, not really much. It's not really worth much these days. 1.1 mil in rune arrows. The runite bolts, pick those up, 8,000. 30,000, almost 31,000 dragonstone bolts coming from the Alchemical Hydra for 14.3 mil, and 4,200 onyx bolts for 37 mil. Some other ammunition that I picked up as well, and down at the bottom, just some of the dragon drops that I accumulated throughout the year. 3 left halves, got 3 left halves throughout the year. A few dragon axes, some D2Hs, 7 dragon spears throughout the year, 8 dragon chain bodies, all of those coming from Calphite Queen tasks, and 601 crystal keys to round it out. 1.503 billion GP in this tab, and we're going to sell it all. All right, next up, we will check out the final tally for unique drops sold throughout the year. So I had been keeping track of this throughout the whole year. Every time I got a drop, screenshotted it, added it to the spreadsheet. So this is what we end up with. That's what the platinum token stack is in the loot tab, 889,355,000. So for the unique drops sold, here it is. You can take a look at it. As for the more notable ones, we'll go over those. 17 Abyssal Whips for 26 mil, 14 Awakener's Orbs for 10 million. What else we got in here? 15 Brimstone Rings is what I finished out at the Hydra for 54.5 million. 6 of those Burning Claws in there, 48.8 million. What else we got? 14 Granite Gloves. No, that's not worth mentioning. The Granite Malls did increase in price throughout the year. They're actually a pretty good bit of money now, like 750k. So 30 of those would have been a lot more had they been that throughout the year. 30 Granite Malls, 12.3 million GP. And we've also got 9 Hydra Leathers in there for 96 mil, and the 5 Hydra Claws for 251 million. 2 Imbued Hearts I got throughout the year, 217.9 million going into that running total. So a lot of money from there. And at the bottom there, 2 Venator Shards for 27.3 million. Once again, 889.3 million for all of my unique drops sold throughout the year. And to close out this Loot Tab project series, we're going to take a look at some stats that I have kept track of all year long. So we'll start out with my bank value. As for my starting bank value at the beginning of the year, 7.62 billion GP. Right now, December 31st, current bank value, 9.33 billion, which gives me a bank value gain of 1.71 billion GP. Now that is a little bit less than all of the items that I have. So that does mean some of the items in my bank have went down throughout the past year. Next, we'll go over to the Slayer task streak. I started the year with 2,626 tasks. My current streak is 3,417. That means I completed 791 Slayer tasks throughout the year of 2024. Next up, we will check out my gains for all of the months throughout the year, specifically for December. Now, December was a pretty slow month for me. Busy with the holidays and work and everything else going on. So it was actually my worst month for Slayer experience gained, but the rest of the year is still pretty good. 1.3 mil attack XP in December, only 39,000 strength and 43,000 defense. Didn't have many tasks where I used stuff with shared XP. 1.1 million hit points, 1.3 million ranged XP, 458k magic, 83,000 prayer, and 926,000 Slayer experience. And as for the totals for this year, so we have got 28.7 million attack XP, 7.2 million strength, 2.9 million defense, 34.4 million hit points, 52 million ranged, 8.2 million magic, 3.6 million prayer, all from Bone Crusher and Ash Sanctifier, by the way, and 28.1 million Slayer XP, giving me a total experience gain for nothing but Slayer of 165.7 million XP throughout the year of 2024. Now, as for some additional stats that I wanted to do in this last video, throughout the year, I took stock of the Slayer XP that I gained for 50 separate days throughout the year. Just randomly, no rhyme or reason to it. I just picked a day whenever I remembered and wrote down my average Slayer experience gains for the day. So with that total XP of 28,147,889, my Slayer XP throughout those 50 days, all averaged out, was 24,600 per hour. That means I did Slayer for 1,144 hours in the year of 2024, giving me 47.68 days of playtime throughout the year, and my average per day for 365 days was 3.13. Now that average is a little off actually, because I actually don't play RuneScape on the weekends pretty much at all. I barely ever log on to RuneScape on the weekends. I've got too much going on, too many chores, too many projects, a baby to take care of, everything like that. So that number actually would be a little higher without the weekend days added in there. But regardless, 3.13 hours per day throughout the 365 days a year. Now, some days were just really lazy days for me where I didn't get to play much at all. And some days I got to play pretty much all day, 12 or 13, 14 hours maybe. It just really depended on the day. But yeah, 3.13 hours per day throughout 365 days, which isn't like super bad, I don't think. Not like it used to be. I can only imagine when I was younger and doing this and didn't have as many responsibilities, that number would probably be like 6 to 8 or something hours per day, and a lot more XP, a lot more income, all that. So that's it. That's all the stats for 1 year of Konar Slayer, 365 days. So that is going to wrap this one up, everybody. I want to thank everyone who stuck with this series and watched every episode of it throughout 2024. I didn't put out much content because I had a newborn and he's 1 year old now. So next year should be a little bit less busy. With that, he's getting a little more self-sufficient, so I should be able to get a little bit more content creation time in, which I'm definitely hoping for. I do miss doing a larger volume of YouTube videos, so hopefully I can get back into that. Again, a reminder, I will be starting to stream opening all the brimstone chests and the clue caskets and all that good stuff on January 2nd of 2025. I'm hoping to start around 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm going to try to stream every Monday through Thursday that I am able to. I'm busy on Friday nights. I don't play much on the weekends. So Monday through Thursday nights is hopefully when I'm going to be able to stream until we get everything opened and a final total. And again, at the end, I will be putting together videos for those of you that cannot catch the live streams. So as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching the series throughout the year. Thank you for all your comments, your questions, your suggestions, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, if you like this content, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications so you can see whenever I upload new content. More Pokemon videos coming soon for those of you that have been asking about that. My videos, they don't really get that many views for Pokemon, but I do really enjoy doing them. So I will throw them up on the channel. If you've been waiting for that, I do have like over 50 packs of Paldean Fates to open. So we're going to get into that probably in the next couple of weeks. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.